Hello everyone, this is Shayan Siddiqui with you, an expert business and economics lecturer, an educationalist and a professional corporate trainer. Welcome to my channel. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss with you autocratic leadership style, including the advantages and disadvantages of being an autocratic leader. The lecture is going to be in English language. If you want to watch the same lecture in Urdu language, just click on this link. This link will lead you to my Urdu language video for the same topic, autocratic leadership style. So without further delay, here we go. Welcome back, and here is the topic, autocratic leadership style. How does autocratic leader looks like? He looks like this. Watch this video.
And my word is law. There's only one boss in this place, and that's me.
And my word is law. There is only one boss in this place, and that is me. Autocratic leader. Okay, moving on. Let me clarify one thing. When we say autocratic leader, that means we are referring toward an individual who is a leader and his behavior, his style of leadership is authoritarian or autocratic. When we say autocratic leadership style, sometimes we also refer as the organizational behavior. Some organizations do have authoritarian or the autocratic style. Some organizations do have democratic leadership style, paternalistic leadership style, and even laissez-faire leadership style. So basically, right now, what are we discussing? One of the style of being a leader, and that style is an autocratic leadership style. The behavior of a leader and the specific behavior of a leader, which is the autocratic leadership style. His style is authoritarian, okay? So another name of autocratic leadership style is authoritarian leadership style. What exactly it is? In autocratic leadership style, the leader is the one who takes all the decisions. He simply gives instructions to people, orders to people. He tells others what to do, what not to do. He is the one who is taking all the decisions. It is about the individual. Let's apply the concept on an organization. Sometimes in different organizations, the top management, as I made this diagram, the top management is the one who takes all the decisions, okay? And simply the information is disseminated at different hierarchical levels, and people have to just follow the instructions. Whatever the instructions and orders are given, they simply have to follow at all the hierarchical level in the organization. That is also called an autocratic style, where they are taking the decisions and they are simply telling others what to do. People are not welcomed when they come and they want to share their ideas. It's not welcomed in autocratic leadership style at all, okay? So all the decisions are taken at the center of the organization. That is called autocratic leadership style. Moving on. An autocratic leader will make all the decisions on his own without discussing this issue, any specific issue, or consulting with anyone. He does not consult with anyone at all. He simply takes a decision. Whatever he thinks is better or is in the best interest of his organization, he simply takes a decision. Are you getting my point? That is called an autocratic leader. What are the features of an autocratic leadership style? Number one, all the decisions are made by one person or the leader, okay? Number one. Second one is one-way communication. What does it mean by? Orders come up to down. Getting my point? The information is disseminated. Instructions are given from up to down. From the higher level of the organization, hierarchical level to the lower hierarchical level. So there is only one-way communication. Not from the lower hierarchical level to the hierarchical level. No. Getting my point? So there is only one-way communication. Orders, order. That's it. Okay? In autocratic leadership style, leaders supervises the workers strictly, closely. Why? Because he or she is the one, or the decision makers are the one that they have taken a decision, and now what will they do? They will supervise the work very closely. They want work exactly according to their expectations. So the workers are supervised directly, sometimes in autocratic leadership style. Workers have limited information. Yeah, this is also the feature of autocratic leadership style. Workers have very limited information about the organization, about the root cause of any decision, about the direction of the organization, strategic plans of the organization. They have no idea where the organization is moving toward, heading toward, or whatever it is. I was working in one of the organization over there. From the day one, the organization, the higher management knew it, that the exams are not going to hold this year, for example, because of the pandemic. But they did not inform me or inform others that really is it going to be the case? No. It's an autocratic leader, because we were the workers and we had no idea what is going on. Till 11th hour, we kept on working, and we considered the things as normal. At the end, we got to know, no, the exams are cancelled. And they had been cancelled at the beginning of the year. And officially, we were not informed at that time in one of the organizations I was working. So this is a real life scenario I just explained to you, because I want you to have a good grip on the concepts of the topic, whichever topic I'm teaching. Okay, so the features of autocratic leadership style are done. Moving on. Let's move over the advantages and disadvantages of autocratic leadership style. Now the question is, are these the only advantages and disadvantages of autocratic leadership style? So the answer is no. There are many advantages and disadvantages as well. What I did, I simply selected the most prominent one, because others are the branches of these advantages and the disadvantages. Getting my point? So the first advantage of autocratic leadership style is decision making will be very quick, because the leader doesn't have to consult others. He doesn't have to take the inputs of other team members. He will simply decide on spot what to do, what not to do. Let me give you a real life example. I was working in an organization, and over there, the director of that organization was visiting the assembly, or I think it was the PE time. Yeah. So students complained to the director, and they said, actually, it's so hot outside and we are, taking the PE classes in open area. So why don't you transfer us from this open area to the basketball court? And he took the decision on spot without consulting anyone, because the style in that organization was autocratic. Okay, so he took the decision on spot, and he said, okay, fine, from tomorrow onward, all the physical education classes will be taken in the basketball court, inside, not outside in the sun. That's it. The decision making is quicker. If it was democratic leadership style, then they had to consult many other people, and decision making would be so slow and time consuming as well. So over here, it's an advantage that in autocratic leadership style, the decision making is very fast. Second one, consistent decisions, because one person or only a few people are taking the decisions. So decisions do not vary according to the decision-making style of different people, according to the thinking perspective of different people. No. Specific number of people or one person is taking all the decisions, so decisions will be consistent. Okay, they will be in same line, they will be in same according to the same consistency. Are you getting my point? That is an advantage. Close supervision, I have already explained you. In autocratic leadership style, the leader closely supervises the work. Now, how and why, you will understand this point in the next slide. Control over the business. It is obvious. When you are the one who is taking all the decisions, you have got full control on your business. Okay? If you allow others to take the decisions on their own, or if you allow others to do the work in the way they want, so somehow you will lose control over your business. Are you getting my point? So when you are the one who is taking, a leader is the one who is taking all the decisions, so he has got full control over everything in the business. So that is an advantage of autocratic leadership style. Disadvantage, staff demotivation. What does it mean by? It is obvious. When people will have a feel that they are not being heard, they are not considered as an important part of the organization. And obviously, when you do not listen to others, when you are simply giving instructions, staff or people who are working, they will have a feel that we are not important, man. Although we are experienced, but why don't they listen to us? So staff will be demotivated. And sometimes it also happens that the instructions, the orders which are coming from higher level or from the leader, they are wrong. The staff who is working, they may be more experienced than that person, and they know that we have been given these instructions, the results are going to be disastrous. But we have to do it, and ultimately at the end, we have to face the music. Are you getting my point? So this is going to be very, very frustrating for people to work in this type of organization. When is it going to be frustrating and when is it going to be facilitating? I will discuss it in my HR lectures with you, not over here, because this is a very long topic. I have conducted some workshops on this, so I don't want to make this lecture so long. Simply, you should know that in autocratic leadership style, staff will be demotivated, and staff will be demotivated if they know more than the leader or more than the decision-making body or the staff is experienced. Then they will be demotivated. If staff is unskilled, obviously they will not be demotivated because they will wait for the instructions to come. That's I'm going to cover in the next slide. Okay, no benefit from workers' input or the ideas. Makes sense, man. Sometimes it happens that you're working with the people who are highly experienced. They have got years and years of experience of working in the same field. In autocratic leadership style, what you do, the leader closes the door of improvement, closes the door of suggestions. He thinks whatever he understands, he considers best for his organization. But sometimes it happens that people who are working, they can give you an outstanding idea, which will save your work, your effort, your time. But in autocratic leadership style, actually the leader or the decision makers close this door at all. So there is no benefit from anyone's inputs or something. Moving on, the question is how and where the autocratic leadership style is appropriate. The appropriateness of autocratic leadership style. Scenario number one, if you are working with the team who is unskilled, or they depend totally on the directions and the instructions of leader. In this case, the style should be autocratic. Let me give you an example. Construction field. In construction field, the labor will 100% rely on the instructions of the engineer. Because the engineer is the one, he has got academic degree, he has got experience and so on. So whatever the instructions he will give to the team will do accordingly because team is unskilled. Are you getting my point? In this case, the autocratic leadership style is highly effective. Keep it in your mind, it's not a bad leadership style. I'm simply explaining you the difference between autocratic, democratic and other different leadership styles and so on, because a leader has different leadership styles and he has to change himself according to the scenario, according to culture and whatever. That will be covered in the 5th lecture. Okay. Point number 2, scenario number 2, when the leader or the manager is the most experienced person or fully aware of the situation. Let me give you an example. For example, I'm teaching my IB class. Okay, and my students are business management, HL students for example, SL students for example, and they are writing their internal assessment. I'm the one who is the most experienced person. Okay, I'm the one who has got more information how to write an internal assessment. In this situation, I have to be an autocratic leader and I have to simply give instructions and orders to my students to do what I'm saying. Because I know more than you. You have just started and I have spent years and years in IB teaching. Are you getting my point? So if I'm experienced, I have to be very autocratic and they have to do whatever I'm saying. Immediate decisions. For example, in some scenarios, the decisions have to be taken on spot immediately. Bank's treasury department. Treasury department is the one who is responsible for investing money here, investing and making money over money. Their decisions are taken in, I would say, like the billionth part of second. Okay, they have to take the decision on spot, because one wrong decision, or if they delay the investment decision or something, it's gonna cause a huge loss to the bank. So in this type of scenario, if the decisions have to be very quick, then autocratic leadership style is best for that scenario. This was my lecture on autocratic leadership style. I hope you have understood today's topic, autocratic leadership style. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. If you have already subscribed to it, thank you so much, but please refer my channel to others so that they can also benefit from my lectures on business management, marketing and economics. Thank you so much for watching.